I made this. It's wall decor. It was super easy to make, super fast, very affordable supplies, and all you really need is scissors and a glue gun. So I'm gonna hang this up on the wall next to my Disney princess painting, and I think it's gonna be a perfect addition. This could be decoration for a birthday party, your kid's room, your room, whatever it may be. It's super cute. Anyway, let's get into it, baddies. I love you so much. I know there's no H in JOANN. Wait, is there an H? No, there isn't an H. But I like to say JOANN. Would the H be a H sound? JOANN. Yeah, it would, because Hannah, JOANN. Okay, anyway, so I got my little, styrofoam circles at JOANN fabric store. That's where I got the fabric, that's where I got the ribbon, and that's where I got the little piece of string. That's all you're gonna need, of course, aside from scissors and a hot glue gun. This is a super cute project. I really am enjoying making these cute little crafts for you because I've noticed that a lot of people have been leaving comments on my Instagram and on my YouTube that I don't recognize from before. So either you're new viewers or you've been silent watchers and you've never commented before, which is totally okay. But I do read the comments all the time, so I can recognize when people are new or when it's not a familiar name. And a lot of you have been telling me that you've been making the ornaments and you've been making the Mickey ears. And that makes me happy because it lets me know I'm reaching people who maybe aren't crafters at heart or maybe aren't tumbler makers but enjoy doing this kind of stuff. And so I'm able to show people how to make different things versus only showing you how to make tumblers, because not everybody is a tumbler maker and has a tumbler turner and all of that. So I love knowing that I'm putting these out there and anybody can do this. If you want to do it with your grandbabies or your kids or your Sancho, I don't know, your baby daddy's kids from another baby mama, I don't know. But I am going to use a glue gun. I originally was going to use Mod Podge, which is why you see that little condiment bottle right there. But I realized that the Mod Podge is not going to be strong enough for the fabric to stick to the styrofoam. Because it's a very weird texture. You could use, if you don't want to use a hot glue gun, you could use E6000, but you definitely need to either do it with an open window or a respirator. It does have very strong fumes that are harmful to you. I just always recommend that you read the labels on any products that you use inside, especially if your kids are gonna help you. But basically all I did was trace out the circles in the fabric that I wanted to do. Now I am layering 2 pieces of fabric just because the styrofoam has texture. So I was just trying to cover the texture as much as I could by doing 2 little pieces of fabric. And once you completely have it glued down, if there's any excess sticking out, you can just use your scissors the way I was doing a minute ago to cut the excess off. Or if you leave more of an overhang, you can just tuck it and glue it to the sides. I love Disney princesses. I also love Disney villains though, but I wanted to do Disney princesses for this. I think I want to make a Disney villain wall decor. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see me make or something that you would like to make, maybe see me try to put together for you guys. Even if it's a family sign for your wall, or if you want ideas on how to do a little be our guest tray for your spare bedroom. Guys, I love it all, okay? Decor, clothing, fashion, any type of craft, glitter, you name it, I like to do it. So if you've been struggling with a specific thing and you want me to brainstorm for you, let me know in the comments. I'll freaking do it. Okay, so here you see me just kind of securing the sides a little bit. You know, like the little excess fabric that was hanging off. I was just securing this to the sides of the little styrofoam thingy-majiggy. And then when I had secured the fabric, just like I secured Jenny with underwear stew, I grabbed my ribbon. When I was buying these supplies at JOANN, I took my little styrofoam circles over to the fabric section and I made sure I grabbed ribbon that was going to be the perfect size, because I didn't want to have to fold any ribbon over or anything, because I felt like that was going to make it look sloppy and unfinished. So there's lots of different size ribbons. Just make sure you grab one that fits in that little section perfectly. And I did the same thing. I just grabbed my hot glue gun and slowly glued it all the way around, making sure that it was lining up perfect with the fabric and that you couldn't see a piece of styrofoam sticking out. Honestly, overall, this entire project from beginning to end probably took me 30 minutes, maybe 40. Really didn't take me very long. Probably the part that took me the longest was cutting the fabric because I'm slow. But other than that, this was a really fast project. And if you do this with your little grandbabies or your kids or whatever, you can be the one in charge of the hot glue gun because I burned myself a few times. But that's just me. Honestly, your 6-year-olds could probably do a better job using a hot glue gun than me. But I did this all the way around, and I did the exact same thing with the 2 little ears. After I was done with this project, I realized that I probably should have taken a little section out of the 2 ears. So like, for example, instead of keeping it a perfect circle, I should have lined it up with the bigger circle and cut just a little curve, just a little edge, so that when I placed it on the big circle, it almost went perfectly like a puzzle versus a circle on top of a circle. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if I'm not making sense, definitely head over to my Disney Mickey ears tutorial because you're going to understand exactly what I mean about the ears. That's probably the only thing that I would change, but overall, I really like how this project turned out in the end. And I actually decided to add a little special touch with pearls once I was done. If you guys watch my tutorials regularly, and you buy the supplies that I usually tell you you need, chances are you're probably going to have to use that same supplies more than once for all of my tutorials. So if you did the Mickey ears and you had leftover fabric, this would be your perfect opportunity to use that fabric. Your Mickey doesn't have to be as big as my Mickey. They had all different sizes of the little styrofoam circles. So you could even do little tiny Mickeys to put on your kid's wall, your bathroom, whatever you want. I apologize about the angle right here. I did not realize that I was out of frame, but I will adjust it so that you can see. Once I put the hot glue on my ear, I pressed down with pressure just to make sure it really stuck. And I kept holding it until my glue dried completely and cooled down just to make sure that it wasn't going anywhere. Now you're probably thinking, is hot glue enough to hold those ears in place? The answer is yes. Styrofoam is like me. It doesn't weigh very much. Just kidding. I freaking wish. Styrofoam is extremely, extremely light. So those ears were not heavy at all. And that glue grabbed onto them and they were very sturdy. Once I finished putting down my ears, I took this little princess crown that I had. I actually bought a pack of them at the dollar store in the party section. They're for like a little birthday party, but I used a lot of them to put on my Mickey Disney tree that you see to my left. And I decided to grab one of them because I thought it would be the perfect addition for my ears to put a little princess crown, and it just threw the whole thing together. I'm obsessed. Like I love everything about this so much. And I ended up taking a little string of pearls and lining both ears with it. You don't have to do that. That's just an extra little touch that I wanted to add. And then to finish off, I took that little piece of string. Now, guys, please keep in mind, this entire thing is styrofoam and does not weigh very much at all. So I took a huge glob of hot glue and then I pressed the string down and submerged it into the glue. And once I did that to both sides, I just took my hot glue gun and went over again just to super duper bury that string in hot glue. That once it dried and I picked it up by the string, it was extremely secure. Like I said, there was not very much weight on it because styrofoam is super duper light. So that was all I needed to be able to successfully hang it on my wall. I freaking love the way that it looked. This was a very affordable craft. And it just adds more to my craft room. Like, what a perfect thing. I have a Disney themed craft room and a lot of my little decorations are crafted. Get it? Like me, I'm a Anyway, okay, sorry. Sometimes my jokes are lame. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you so much. Please leave me a comment. I love to read them. I'll see you next time. Besitos.